Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Hey, come into this space. I have another 5-minute quickie for you. This is Dr. Danielle Hairston with Your Best Life, and I have a quick message for you. So I've been having some conversations over the past couple weeks with people, just general conversations, nothing structured, nothing planned, just a whole bunch of really great conversations with people. I mean, for goodness sakes, this is, COVID-19. So that's basically what's happening. People are just having all kinds of deep conversations, whether it's through social media or just picking up the phone or maybe texting one another, but having these amazing conversations. But, as you're aware, we've been doing a lot of interviews and talking to different people all over the country. And one of the questions that I tend to ask is around, like how they're feeling in the midst of COVID-19. And, people are kind of sharing their thoughts. And so I had a recent conversation regarding not just COVID-19, but how obstacles can get in your way of achieving goals and how it can be so devastating for people, all kinds of people, and how paralyzing it can be. And so I know that in this time, with what we're dealing with across our globe, there have been, this is, it's an obstacle, and it's a pandemic. It is a serious issue. It's impacting lives everywhere. But it is an obstacle for some people. For those of us who had some amazing major plans, milestones to achieve this year, COVID has really derailed that. For some of us who were in the midst of opening up businesses, I read an article of a young man in, I think, New York City who was opening up a male nail salon, where men can come in and get their pedicure, manicure. I mean, they were like right there, like in the midst of opening. Everything was done. All the equipment was in the building. And it was just it's ribbon cutting time. And the pandemic happened. And now, he's forced to sell the property. I've had friends tell me about weddings that had to be canceled, baby showers that end up being drive-by baby showers. I mean, you name it, there has been a lot of obstacles that have either changed the direction of the milestone or completely just eliminated the milestone altogether in some people's minds. And I just want to stop by to say that, I honestly believe that this pandemic is, while it is a setback, it's setting us up for something amazing. Some of us needed this pandemic to happen, to slow us down, to get us to pause, to do some self-reflection, to get us to start tapping into those things that we've been thinking about and saying, oh, only if I had the time. Oh, only if I was working from home, I could do these things. Oh man, if only. And I know that for some of you who had that dream in your head, if only I can work from home, you didn't expect to be working from home with children and husbands, in the house at the same time, completely distracting you. But I think for many of us, this is a setup. It's a setback, but it's a setup, for us to really start thinking about what our comeback is going to look like. So I would say that while this may have ultimately paralyzed some milestones and ultimately changed the way the events of your life was envisioned by you to happen, look at it as a potential setup for something more amazing to come down the pike. Start meditating, opening up your notebooks that you've been making all of these amazing notes about your dream. Open those things up and start reading them again, and start planning and start pulling people together and start having these conversations about what is next. What is next? Be in this moment. Be completely in this moment, but also use this moment and this experience to start thinking through next. What's the setup? What is the message for me? I just believe that there's so much more that's going to happen in your life. I know that it's going to be something amazing happening in my life, and so I want you to embrace that. So in the meantime, go in the community and completely wrap your arms around someone. They're waiting on you, and continue to live your best life.
My LaCasa boy, this is my residence. My prescription boy, this is my medicine. The world can be sickening, living in house resemblance. Not to mention the media's effort to keep us in the most simplistic state of mind. Lowest age bracket committing the highest rate of crime.